Good morning, guys, and welcome on into another episode of Picks on Net, NHL Picks and Stats. I'm your host, Terry Edelman at T Picks over on X, ready to break down the first NHL slate of 2026. Hope everyone had a nice, safe New Year's Eve last night, and hopefully everyone's feeling okay this morning. I am feeling 100%. No drinking for me last night, so I'm feeling good. But I hope everyone watching the show is also feeling good on this Thursday morning. We'll start the show as we normally do, taking a look back at what happened yesterday, and a pretty good way to finish off the year. Alexei Protas over half a point, a nice winner here. I believe he had a goal and an assist last night, if I remember, or yesterday afternoon, if I remember correctly, but a nice winner there. The over 6.5 in Minnesota San Jose didn't really look the best after the first period, but the Sharks ended up taking a 3-1 lead. The Wild battled back 3-3 before the Sharks ended up winning in overtime. The Sharks sweeping the Wild, winning all three meetings between the teams and all three meetings in overtime. So some very close games between these two teams. The over strength in San Jose between these two teams continues here in this one. Boldy unfortunately did not score. It had some chances for sure. But was unable to find the back of the net. But Igor Chernyshев was able to find the back of the net. I believe he had a goal and an assist. So a nice easy winner there with the over half a point. This game is frustrating. This game is pretty frustrating. Columbus had a 2-0 lead. Was doing pretty well. The third period, you would expect the Devils, who've been on this losing streak, who've not had success on the second night of a back-to-back, you would expect with Columbus having a 2-0 lead going into the third period that this game should at least get to overtime. But Columbus should be in the driver's seat here to win. But no, the Blue Jackets looked pretty much disinterested in winning. The Devils score 3 quick goals, and that's all she wrote. Unfortunately, the Blue Jackets' money line is a loss. A frustrating loss because they had that win in their grasp, but completely blew it. Ryan McLeod over half a point. Fortunately, a loss here. He did not get a point. Tage Thompson was hogging the puck all night. No, I'm kidding, of course. But a great game by Tage Thompson and a great game by the Buffalo Sabres, who have now won 10 games in a row, tying their franchise record for wins. And their next game is against Columbus on Saturday. I, of course, will have to see the odds, but early prediction, I think Buffalo breaks their franchise record and wins their 11th consecutive game. Most likely I will be on Buffalo when they play on Saturday against the Columbus Blue Jackets. And Carl Gunstrom did not score. Had to take a shot with it anyways, but he didn't score. Bad game overall by the Flyers. My premium play, Noah Cates' point, unfortunately lost as well. Just wasn't the best result here. Should have been on the over. Very heavy over history I mentioned yesterday in this game, and that did cash. And one of the watchers on the show, one of the followers, he cashed. So he made sure to message me. So happy for you, Sean, that you cashed here on the over in this game yesterday. But we will jump into the chat and see what people are thinking here. Let's see. Well, hold your horses, Tim. Hold your horses. You got to make the playoffs first. And unfortunately for you, Barkov is obviously early stages, but I'm going to make my prediction that Barkov returns for the playoffs. This Panthers team is not done. They are not done. I think they are going to have a very good chance at getting back to the Stanley Cup Finals. But the Sabres are probably making the playoffs. I think that is something you can be convinced about. But the Stanley Cup, Tim, come on now. Good vibes. Hey, Nicholas, how's it going? You must be happy with how your Sabres are doing. What's up, man? Happy New Year. Hey, Adam. Nice to see you. How's it going? Stop Geo coming on in to say hello. Always a better day on the tube when I can make it to Brother Terry's live show. Thank you, Stop Geo. I appreciate that. They miss Orensky, especially when they have leads. Yeah, it sounds like he'll be back from what I'm hearing against Buffalo on Saturday. But Buffalo is Buffalo right now. They're a very, very good winning team right now. So McLeod finally let us down. Yeah, it'll happen. Everyone's streak has to come to an end eventually. Crazy, I had Radish anytime goal and he scored in overtime with 2-something left. Very nice. Very nice winner. Sends team total over 3.5. Carolina first period puck line, Carolina puck line, LA money line, Dallas first period money line, and Seattle money line. Interesting. Tim's going to some first periods. I like it. Don't know if I agree with you on some of the others, but hey, me and Tim disagreeing. That's what normally happens. I got this 20% NHL MGM boost. Really want to be on my wings again tonight, but can't just throw a blind homer bet out there without capping it. LOL. I think if you're doing a boost, that could be a good game for a same game parlay. We'll talk about that game. We'll talk about it. I was gutted by the Jackets last night. I'm sorry, Timothy. Timothy obviously is a Blue Jackets fan, so that was tough. That was tough for sure. And now you have to go and face the Sabres on Saturday, which makes it a lot worse. Same Timothy. Well, at least the Columbus have won 3 games in a row. They're not doing all that bad, but I'm very upset my Rangers are not good and won't make the playoffs. Yeah, it's a rough time for them right now as well, the Rangers. But they're kind of stuck in they're not going to rebuild, but they're not a Stanley Cup contender either. So they're kind of stuck in not the best place right now. So I feel sorry for you. How about my childhood crush, Go Sabres? Hey, things are going pretty well, Sean. You should be happy. You should be happy right now. Plus 10,000 to win the cup for the Sabres, Tim. There you go. IceX is saying the Sabres are pretty good. Stop, Terry. Stop what? I'm saying nice things about the Sabres. Come on. Now, I'm not saying you're going to win the cup because, come on now, but they gave Frost goal to Huberdeau and he was playing his old team. Oh, they switched it? I didn't even notice that. I wonder if he got his 2 shots. I wonder. Hi, go Sabres. Yes, Sean, go Sabres. If playoffs were to start today, Sabres would head to Raleigh. I would 100% go to the game. And you probably wouldn't have much fun. Sorry, Tim. If playoffs were to start today, sorry, I don't know why I played that twice. Very intriguing, sure, Tim. And bring it, Buckeyes. Kidding. Okay. Well, we are going to jump into today's slate, starting with the first game. It starts in around 2 hours, a little under 2 hours here. We have the Washington Capitals and the Ottawa Senators here in this one. Washington plus 120, road dogs, the Sens minus 140, home favorites, and a total of 6 here in this one. Washington on the second night of a back-to-back, or second day of a back-to-back, getting the 6-3 win against the Rangers in their last game. Ottawa has lost 3 games in a row. 3-2 overtime to Buffalo, but everyone's losing to Buffalo right now. 7-5 loss to Toronto, and then a 4-1 loss to Columbus. So 3 not-so-good losses in a row. Of course, Ottawa will be without Linus Ullmark for the foreseeable future. So the net, it belongs to Levi Marilainen, who's 4-7 with a 3.51 goals against average and an .869 save percentage. Not good. Ottawa has goaltending issues. And we don't know the circumstances behind Ullmark's leave of absence. It's a personal leave of absence. What I'm hearing, Ottawa is preparing to not have him for a while. So that is not good. That's obviously not good for the Senators. So they need to fix their goaltending here. Washington on the other side, coming off obviously the 6-3 win yesterday. Logan Thompson will should be starting here on the second night of a back-to-back. But things haven't really been going all that great for Thompson lately. Now, he hasn't been losing a lot of games, but has definitely been giving up some more goals than he was previously. How have these teams played against each other? Ottawa, 5-1-2 in the last 8 meetings. 3 games in a row between the teams have gone over 7.5. Ottawa winning 7-1 in Washington in the first game of the year. 4 of the last 5 between these two teams have gone to overtime. Obviously, the 7-1 win earlier this season did not go to overtime, but the previous 4 meetings did, and 5 of the last 7 between the two teams in Ottawa have gone over 6.5. So we've had some very high-scoring games between these two teams. I think we get goals on both sides here. I think Washington ultimately gets the win here. But you guys know what's going on. Give me Alexi Protas over half a point plus 115. What exactly should I say? He has a point 4 games in a row, 6 of his last 8, multiple points in 3 of his last 4 games, and he has a point in 4 of his last 6 games against the Ottawa Senators. So Protas did this last year when he went on some big streaks and has been a very profitable player to bet on because you're getting his point prop at plus money for a majority of the time. He's just an undervalued player that odds makers aren't really paying too much attention to when they really should, because he's a great offensive player, and we're going to take him here. Over half a point, plus 115 here in this game. Looking at other guys on streaks here. Not a whole lot of shots on goal. Point streaks, Tim Stützle is on a 10-game point streak, but minus 190 would have to be a parlay piece. Tkachuk, 4 of his last 5 games, 8 of his last 10, minus 180. Giroux had his point streak ended, but still has a point 4 of his last 5 games, plus 125. There's some value with Giroux. Strome had his point streak ended, 4 of his last 5, minus 133. That's basically it for points. Goal streaks, Tim Stützle, 4 of his last 5 games, plus 195. Protas, if you don't want to take the point, if you want to go with the goal prop, he has scored in 5 of his last 7 games and 3 of his last 4. He is plus 390 to score. So there is great value with the goal scoring prop. I'm played it safe with the point prop because I do have some goal scoring props coming up later. So I would rather take the point prop when I'm able to. But Protas will probably end up scoring. So the plus 390, great value there. Tom Wilson has scored in back-to-back games, plus 200 for the Caps. Not really a lot of power play point streaks. Assists, Protas has an assist in 4 games in a row. So point, goal, assists, it's really up to you what you want to do with Protas right now. He's doing everything. Giroux, an assist, 4 of his last 5, plus 191. Tkachuk has an assist in back-to-back games, plus 147. And Tom Wilson, while he scored in back-to-back games, he also has an assist in back-to-back games, plus 145. Here in this game, the first game of the day. Jump into the chat here. Let's see. We'll have to go up. Stop Geo DM'd you, Tim. Okay. Wilson plus McMichael point parlay, plus 250. I don't hate it at all. Do not hate it. Swarm Relentless Hockey reminds me of the 70s. On the nose candy again. Linus. Okay. Plus 700 for Protas 2 points. Pizza money, of course. Hey, can't talk you off that with how he's doing right now. Ottawa definitely has goaltending question marks. So, Stützle point, Tkachuk point, Tkachuk 2+ shots in goal, and Chychrun plus 2 shots or 2+ shots in goal, plus 200. I like that, Timothy. I like that. Now, you could probably throw a Washington, or I guess Chychrun is a Washington prop. Never mind. You got one in there. But, yeah, I think this could be a good same-game parlay game for sure here in the first game of the day. Up next, the Utah Mammoth and the New York Islanders. Utah, -110. The Islanders, -110. And a total of 6 here in this one. It seemed, I almost kind of forgot Utah existed because it just hasn't really seemed like they've been playing a lot of games recently. Obviously, a lot of other teams have been playing, but Utah seems to have had a little bit of a break here. They played a couple days ago on the 29th, but then it had been 6 days before their previous game. So in the last 10 days, Utah's played 2 games, a 1-0 loss to Colorado and a 4-3 loss to the Nashville Predators. So they should be well rested here. The Islanders have won 3 of their last 4 games, beating New Jersey 2-1, the Rangers 2-0, losing to Columbus 4-2, and then beating the Blackhawks in a shootout 3-2 here in this one. No confirmed goalies. Vitek Vanacek unconfirmed. David Riddick unconfirmed here in this one. Previous games between the two teams, the Islanders 4-0-1 in the last 5 meetings. Back-to-back games going under 5.5 between the two teams, and 2 of the last 3 going to overtime. We have some draw streaks here between some of these matchups. The first game had gone to overtime in 4 or 5. These two teams have gone to overtime in 2 or 3. Usually the Islanders finding a way to win. But not all the time. That one overtime loss for the Islanders against Utah involved a certain somebody scoring the game winner. And that's who we're going to here. Give me Dylan Guenther, anytime goal, +170 here in this game. Normally, you guys know normally I'm on streaks for the most part, unless there's certain situations where I will take a player who hasn't necessarily been on a hot streak. Guenther was absolutely red hot, scoring in 5 of 6 games. Then 3 games he didn't score against New Jersey, Winnipeg, and Colorado. So his goal streak came to an end, but he did score in his last game against the Nashville Predators. So scoring in 6 of his last 10 games overall. But if you look at what Dylan Guenther has been doing shot-wise, 4 against Pittsburgh, 0 against Boston, so a bad game there. 4 against Detroit, 4 against New Jersey, 3 against Winnipeg, 5 against Colorado, 6 shots against the Nashville Predators. So Dylan Guenther is shooting the puck a lot recently. And he scored in back-to-back games against the New York Islanders, 3 goals total during those 2 games. Give me Dylan Guenther, anytime goal. I think this is a good spot for him to find the back of the net. Who wins? I don't know. I honestly would not be shocked to see this game go to overtime, and I think it's a coin flip. Whoever gets that lucky bounce or whoever has success in the shootout would be my thoughts here. Obviously, Guenther, shots on goal over 2.5, -170. 5 games in a row would have to be a parlay piece, but he is shooting the puck a lot right now. Point streaks with value, not a whole lot. Anders Lee's streak came to an end. Bo Horvat has scored in back-to-back games, +145. He has some value here. And not a lot with assist streaks either. Both of these teams have been trending towards the under for the most part recently. So I would lean with the under too. This seems like a 1-1, 2-2 type game that goes to overtime, in my opinion. Don't be surprised if Utah does win in overtime. Don't be surprised if it's Dylan Guenther that gets that last goal here in this one. We'll go to the chat here. Pure Ruckus, morning, Terry. Happy New Year to you as well. Hope all is well. Good morning. Happy New Year to you as well, Brian. Nice to see you. No Sorokin either, so I like Guenther even more. Yeah, I think this is I don't know. I don't obviously know off the top of my hand who he scored, if he did score against Sorokin or not, or who was exactly in net, but that's fine. That's fine. Moving on along to our next game is the Detroit Red Wings and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Detroit, +110 road dogs. Pittsburgh, minus 130 home favorites, and a total of 6.5 here in this game. Detroit has won back-to-back games against the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Penguins winning 3 in a row previous to that. So Detroit's had a little bit of success here recently. 2 of the last 4 games between these two teams has gone to overtime. Again, we're talking about the draw. And previous games between these teams have been very high scoring. For a total 6.5, 8 of the last 11 meetings between these teams have gone over 6.5. 2 of the games that stayed under finished with 6 goals. So just barely finished under in that one. And I'm going to give you one of my premium plays, so don't go over to pick some parlays and buy this play. I do have 2 premium plays, my dog of the day play, as well as a play in the early game that we talked about. This game, I don't have it here on the screen. I just decided to give it to you guys here while I'm doing it. But the over 6.5, I got it plus 105 here in this game. I just mentioned the over history between these two teams. Detroit is coming into this game, having gone under in back-to-back games, but you face the Winnipeg Jets. The Winnipeg Jets cannot score. We've talked about the Winnipeg Jets. They scored 1 goal. Not going to help you with an over. 3-2 against Toronto in the previous game, but back-to-back overs against Dallas and Carolina before that. Pittsburgh has been involved in very high-scoring games. 4-3 shootout win against Montreal, 6-3 loss to Toronto, 7-3 win against Chicago, and a 5-1 win against Carolina. So Pittsburgh's playing well right now. They're scoring goals. I love the over here. I think this is a high-scoring game on both sides. And also give me Sidney Crosby over half an assist at minus 115 here. Crosby has an assist in 3 of his last 4 games, but he has an assist in 7 games in a row against the Detroit Red Wings. Crosby's had a lot of success against Detroit. Both of these teams, heavy over history, lots of scoring right now. Give me Sidney Crosby over half an assist and the over 6.5. As I said earlier, I think this would be a good same game parlay game as well. If you want to go points and that kind of thing. I love Moritz Seider to get a point. I just don't love the price. So if you were doing a same game parlay, I think Crosby point or assist. I think Seider point. I think the over. You can maybe add a couple other players. I think this should be a good high-scoring game between these two teams. And would not be shocked to see this game go to overtime. Hopefully 3-3, 4-4, something like that. But we will go and see some streaks here. Point streaks with value. Actually, Moritz Seider's minus 115. Is that right? Holy shit. He is. Moritz Seider is minus 115 to get a point. So I'm going to have to go add that after the show. He has a point in 5 of his last 6 games, 2 multi-point games during that stretch. And points in 2 of 4 against the Pittsburgh Penguins, but that's fine. Minus 115 is a good price for Seider. So I'll be taking him over half a point after the show. Justin Brazeau, a 3-game point streak, plus 164. Anthony Mantha, a 3-game point streak, plus 105. Brazeau has points in both games against Detroit that he's played, but he's scored in both games. Plus 370 for Brazeau to score, and Brazeau has scored in back-to-back games, 3 goals against Chicago, 1 goal against Carolina. So Justin Brazeau is a good look here in this game. Mason Appleton has scored for Detroit, plus 850 in back-to-back games, and Anthony Mantha scored in 3 games in a row, plus 283 for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And then assist streaks, still Larkin, back-to-back games. Lucas Raymond, back-to-back games with an assist, plus 105. Also has an assist in 4 games in a row against Pittsburgh, 2 multi-assist games during that stretch. So Lucas Raymond assist is also a great play. there's a lot. There's a lot you could do with this game. But for me, over 6.5, Crosby assist, and I'm going to be adding more at Cider, over half a point, minus 115, as soon as I finish the show. We'll go jump into the chat. See what people are thinking here. Next year, a Bills Super Bowl Sabres Stanley Cup. I don't know. I don't think so, but I can't believe Earl was right. Stars got outmatched and the Sabres were hungry Buffaloes. Yeah. Very good. Earl, who do you like in the Orange Bowl? Tech or Ducks? I was actually looking at that game. Now, of course, I know you're asking Tim. He is much more of a college basketball. I'm not a college basketball expert at all. But I was kind of looking at that game and kind of leaning towards Texas Tech. But, yeah. Brian Rust, 6-game point streak at home and has 0.6 of his last 8 against Detroit. Fine parlay piece. Yeah, you could add that as well. Detroit has scored a combined 10 goals in the second half of back-to-backs this season. Ooh, I don't love that. How many games have they played on a back-to-back? But this regardless, I like this spot for an over. Thanks for the show, Terry. I have 0 credentials even discussing NHL. Hey, it's all good. Still discuss. It's fine. There's almost too much to bet in this game. LOL. So many good point looks. I agree. So hopefully it is high scoring. But moving on along to our next game. See the comment here. Oh, I didn't talk about goalies. Oh, 6 games. 10 goals in 6 games. Yeah, that's not that great. But Pittsburgh is a good team to face when you need to score some goals on the second night of a back-to-back. Goalies here. Go back. Goalies here. Cam Talbot unconfirmed. It should be him in net. Artur Chivos in net. 6-5-6. 3.21 goals against average. 887 save percentage. So I think Detroit can score some goals against Chivos. Chivos. Still can't pronounce it. Montreal and Carolina. The Habs plus 155. Road Dogs. Carolina minus 185. Home favorites. And a total 6 here in this game. Starting goalies here. Jakub Dobish is unconfirmed. Brandon Bussey likely to start here in this game. Bussey is coming in here, playing really well overall in the season. 13-1-1. Jakub Dobish is 12-5-3 though. 2.9 goals against average. 893 save percentage. When I look at this game, the value is all on Montreal. These teams are separated by 3 points. Montreal 21-12-6. Carolina's 24-12-3. Montreal is 11-3-5 on the road. Carolina 13-6-1 at home. I get it. The Canes are at home. They should obviously be the favorites, but minus 185 is just a bit much. A bit much here for against a Montreal team that's 3-0-2 in their last 5 games. Carolina coming off a 5-1 loss in their last game. But previous history, very one-sided in this one. Carolina 10-2 in the last 12 meetings. Now, Montreal has won 2 of the last 3, but both those wins were in Montreal. Montreal has lost 12 games in a row in Carolina. Montreal just doesn't win when they come to Carolina. Eventually they will. Eventually they are going to end that streak, and today could be the day. But I can't take the Habs with that kind of history, having lost 12 games in a row here in this building. But I can't go near the Hurricanes at this price. I think they're way overpriced here. So ultimately, not getting to anything here in this one, the first pass of the day. But we'll look at guys on some streaks here. Demidov is a good play. I have not had luck with him when I bet on him this year, but point in 4 games in a row, 7 of his last 10. He's plus 100 here for a point. Noah Dobson has a point in 4 games in a row, plus 134. He definitely has some value. Juraj Slafkovsky, minus 110. He is a point in 4 of his last 5 games. Guys in goal streaks, but 3 of 5, and none of them scored in the last game, so I won't mention them. Assist streaks, Demidov 4 games in a row, plus 190. Caulfield back-to-back games, plus 140. Noah Dobson 3 games in a row with an assist, plus 186 here in this game. Previous games also 4 unders and 1 push in the last 5 meetings. So lower scoring games between these two teams. And I could see a lower scoring game. Now, Carolina's been an over machine lately, and Montreal's kind of been an over machine lately as well. So don't really want to get to the total, can't get to the side, and there's no player props that I really love. So ultimately, this one's a pass. Few. Yep, few. Happy New Year, IceX. There you go. Lucky 13. Yeah, trying to make it 13 wins in a row against the Habs. See if they can do it. On to our next game, the Tampa Bay Lightning and the LA Kings. Tampa Bay plus 105. Road Dogs, LA minus 125, home favorites, and a total of 5.5. Here in this game, how do these two teams do against each other? LA has won 3 of the last 4. 4 of the last 5 meetings going under 5.5, and 2 of the last 5 going to overtime. We've had a lot of close games between these teams, close, low-scoring games, kind of how the Kings have been for years now, kind of that boring 2-1 type defensive team. That's kind of been the type of games we've seen here for the Kings. Looking at goalies here in this one, I don't know if we have any here yet. No. Andre Vasilevsky is listed, but unconfirmed. I would think they would go with Jonas Johansson here in the second night of a back-to-back. Darcy Kemper is unconfirmed as well for LA. We'll see if he makes his return to the net here in this one. So some goaltending questions here in this game. For me, it's Tampa, or it's not the best spot for Tampa, but it's Tampa or pass. I'm not backing this LA Kings team. Now, the Kings did win, and it's actually funny. They actually won 2-1 earlier this year. Actually, just not too long ago, December 18th. So it wasn't too long ago in Tampa. Now the teams facing each other. This LA Kings team has lost 3 of 4, lost 2 of 3 at home, 5, 8, and 4 at home this year. I just cannot back this LA Kings team. But they have had some success against Tampa Bay. The rest advantage is definitely with LA. Kucherov, over 1.5 points in 4 games in a row, plus 152. He's absolutely red hot right now. So if you're wanting to look at props, Kucherov over 1.5 points, or you could go with anytime goal. He's scored in 3 games in a row, plus 185. And assists, Kucherov, but minus 162, no value. Assists in 3 of 5. Kempe has an assist in back-to-back games, plus 135 for the LA Kings. Ultimately, don't really like any props here. I lean with Kucherov props, but this could be a low-scoring game, so I would not want to take a player over 1.5 points when I think it's possible it could be a 2-1, 3-2 type game. So Kucherov anytime goal could be the way to go. See if he can get a goal. Sorry, wrong IceX. No, that's the right one. There's only one. Dude, same for me with luck with Demidov until I bet him last game. Yeah, I bet him. He's been hot, and I bet him, and then nothing. Nothing at all. So that just happens sometimes. So should be good luck for him, though, today. Today's the day they beat the Hurricanes. Hey, it's possible. Johansson versus Kemper, per my sources. I could see that. And Johansson's actually 2-0. Now, only 2 games in his career, but 2-0 against the Kings. So, Kings fan here. Hopefully you don't hate that because I'm not necessarily the nicest person to the Kings, but hey, it is what it is. Can't stand betting them. I've been laying off because nothing they do is reliable other than losing at home. Yeah, I feel you. It's just rough. It's just rough. And it makes no sense because last year they were such a good home team and they couldn't win on the road. And now this year, it's just completely opposite. Canadians team total under 2.5. Montreal has scored 2 or less in 8 of their last 10. Yeah, it's just been a horror show for the Habs here in Carolina. They just hate going to Carolina. But eventually that is going to end. Eventually. Now, of course, for the Habs, they'd probably much rather see Frederik Andersen in net. But yeah, we'll see if it can happen. Fiala goal in 4 last 5-day games. Plus 195. Okay, that's interesting. So he likes to play during the day. This game is at 7 p.m. though. So now I guess 4 p.m. in LA. So it's 7 p.m. for me, but it's technically 4 p.m. in LA. So I don't know if you can call that a day game or not. I don't know. The Kings point props are so inconsistent this year. They're complete garbage at home. Only thing I'd take is point prop or some kind of line combo from Tampa. Yeah, you haven't seen me on many Kings props this year just because they are a lower scoring team. So they're not really a team that I've bet any props with. Sabres, either. Wild man, big meanie. Hey, come on, Sean. I'm not a big meanie. I've been nice to the Sabres recently. Come on now. I've been very nice to the Sabres recently. Up next, the Winnipeg Jets, plus 115, road dogs. Toronto, minus 135, home favorites, and a total 6 here in this one. How do these two teams do against each other in the past? Toronto has won 6 of the last 7 meetings, 2 overs and 1 push in the last 3. All I've been doing lately is fading this Winnipeg Jets team, and it's been making me money. I don't even know how many they've lost now in a row, but it's a lot. They've won 1 game since Hellebuck has come back, and I will actually look here. 7 games in a row now they've lost. 10 of their last 11. This Winnipeg Jets team is just not doing well. Something needs to happen, or unless they're just planning on tanking for McKenna or something, but you cannot just continue. You need a coaching change or something. Something needs to happen for the Jets because back-to-back games now they've lost and they've scored 1 goal. 1 goal against the Edmonton Oilers and 1 goal against Detroit. Toronto, 13-5-5 at home. They've been great at home, and they're 3-0-1 in their last 4. 6-3 win against Pittsburgh, 7-5 win against Ottawa, 3-2 overtime loss to Detroit, and a 4-0 win against New Jersey despite being very beat up. Toronto was minus 150 last night, and now they're minus 135. So we're seeing weird line movement, but we saw a weird line movement yesterday. Detroit money line was a premium play for me. I locked it in at minus 134 on Tuesday night. You guys know normally minus 130 is kind of my cutoff point, and I really try to keep it minus 125 for the most part. But I was willing to go minus 135, and I was willing to go minus 150 for Detroit yesterday because a lot of overtime history between those two teams. So I was willing to go outside of my price range. And Toronto has won 6 of the last 7 between these teams. But I don't want to lay this price with Toronto. I know I probably should, fading this Winnipeg Jets team. But I don't know. Call it kind of a gut feeling, but I think Winnipeg might be able to end this losing streak. But again, I'm not betting on them. Not going to bet against them here. I don't trust Toronto enough to back them here in this spot. It sounds like Austin Matthews will be making his return here, but obviously make sure to check that. Lots of injuries right now for Toronto. Ultimately, not going to get to anything here. Matthew Nyes has scored in 3 games in a row, plus 205. I would lean with him anytime goal. John Tavares assist, back-to-back games, plus 126. And no player props with Winnipeg because they cannot score goals. So This one probably should be on Toronto, but not at the moment. Not at the moment. Kings team total under 1.5. Goal in first period, cashed in 9 of 13. I can see it. Sean's laughing. Yeah, I'm not a big meanie. Come on now. Winnipeg 0-7 as a road dog and leaking Comrie. Toronto team total over. All right. Jets 1-12 as a dog this season. 0-7 on the road. Comrie has given up 4+ in 7 of his last 9 starts. Leafs team total over 3.5. You and Terry Ray are right in agreement there. You guys completely agree. Going to the Jets game, going to be emotional. Had seasons from day 1 till 2000. Big crew from Hornell. Every game with them. Motion, little brother. Okay. Shivo Sinet for the Pens. Yep. We'll see what he can do. But we'll move on along to our next game, which is the Dallas Stars and the Chicago Blackhawks. Dallas minus 185 road favorites. The Hawks plus 155 home dogs, and a total of 6 here in this one. Chicago has won 2 of the last 3 games between these two teams, and we've had 2 overs and 1 push for a total of 6 in recent meetings. I stayed off Buffalo last night because I thought that this Dallas Stars team, after losing 4-3 to Detroit and then losing 4-3 to Chicago and then having a few days off, I expected Dallas to come out with their best effort against the Buffalo Sabres, and they did not. Losing 4-1. Now they've lost 3 games in a row. They've given up 4 goals in all 3 losses. But now they're heading to Chicago to face a Hawks team who's also lost back-to-back games. Their only win in their last 5 games was against Dallas. Now, Dallas is heading on the road here, 13-2-5. They've been great on the road all year long. This should be a Dallas spot. And I think it's kind of crazy to say, but was Dallas looking ahead last night to this Blackhawks game? I don't know. Is Dallas in a funk? This is going to be a real good test. If the Dallas Stars cannot come out here and beat the Chicago Blackhawks team after losing to them a few games ago and having already lost 3 games in a row, then Dallas is in some trouble here. They can't win this game. They should absolutely win this game. But having said that, there's just no way I can bet them unless I was to take them in regulation here, which I just don't want to do. They've gone to overtime in 2 or 3. The Blackhawks have gone to overtime in 2 or 3. So ultimately here, obviously as a Wild fan, I would, seeing Dallas lose, wouldn't make me lose any sleep with the Wild only 2 points behind them. But as a betting handicapper, I can't get involved here. Artem Levshinov has a point in 4 of his last 5 games, plus 157, including the game he faced against Dallas. And he has an assist in 4 of his last 5 games, plus 195. So I would lean with Levshinov here, but don't really want to get to it. Ryan Green has a point in back-to-back games for the Hawks. Goal scorers, not really a whole lot when it comes to streaks or power play points. Assists, other than Levshinov, Ryan Green has an assist in back-to-back games, and Miro Heiskanen has an assist in 4 or 5, minus 125. For him to get an assist. Ultimately, another pass, but no, I didn't pass in the last game, so don't worry. I do have one more play coming here. Lot of years and money in that joint for my family. Well, that's good. Stars sad today? Yeah, probably, but they should be motivated, I would think. Dallas 12-1 in the second half of back-to-back games. Okay. Well, this is a test. This is not a must-win for Dallas, obviously. They're in a great spot, but this is a game they need to win. I hope they weren't partying last night. We'll see. Swarm, Hockey, Go, Sabres on you like Clue. There you go. Line moving in favor of Texas Tech. It's football. Yeah, I know it's football. I was looking at it. I was looking at the 3 football games today. But I'm not an expert, so I was looking at them, but obviously didn't pull a trigger. But hints a goal for last 5 road games plus 230. All right. Stars -1. Okay, people like Dallas, but hey. Dallas is 5-0 in the second half of back-to-backs this season and given up 2 goals or less in 4 of the 5. Chicago team total under 2.5. With regards to the Stars' road record, 8-1 is a road dog, 5-6 is a road favorite. Oh, wow. Okay. And they are road favorite. That's really interesting. Great stats as always, Jonathan. Bertuzzi assists in last 4 and 4 last 5 at home versus Dallas, plus 220. All right. Good luck, guys. Good luck. Nashville Predators and the Seattle Kraken. Yeah, I have a play in this game. I know. Nashville -115, road favorites. The Kraken -105, home dogs, a total 5.5 here in this one. How do these two teams do against each other? Seattle 3-2 in the last 5, 2-2-1 to a total of 6. So really no past history advantage here between these two teams. No confirmed goalies. Saros unconfirmed. Decord unconfirmed. And for our last game, I believe there's no confirmed goalies either, but it should be Jake Ottinger. It's Spencer Knight is likely for the last game. Looking at this one here, this Nashville Predators team was supposed to be sellers here as we obviously we're not on the trade deadline yet, but as we progress through the season, Nashville had an awful start to the season, looked like they were going to be a bottom feeder team, but now they're 18-17-4, 8-8-2 in the row. They've won 4 of their last 5, 3 of their last 4 on the road. Nashville's playing great. They're playing winning hockey right now. Seattle, they are 4-0-1 in their last 5. So their 4-game win streak snapped with a 3-2 shootout loss to Vancouver in their last game. Of course, the heavy over history ended as well. And I believe these two teams face each other again. It's not tomorrow, is it? Is it tomorrow? No. But yeah, these two teams face each other again soon, probably Saturday. So we'll see if the over history between Seattle and Vancouver can get back going there. But for me here in this one, give me Steven Stamkos, anytime goal, plus 185. The guy is red hot right now. He scored in 5 of his last 6 games for the Nashville Predators. Seattle, not necessarily a high-scoring team, but or a team that gives up a lot of goals. But this Nashville Predators team is scoring goals, having a lot of success. Stamkos himself is having a lot of success. So we'll take him. Anytime goal plus 185. It's a great price here. I think you can find some spots over plus 200 as well for Stamkos, but he's been on a heater. 5 of his last 6 games with a goal. I'll take him here. Someone forgot to tell the Predators that they were supposed to be sellers and a tanking team because they're doing very, very well right now. Eli Tolvanen point, Steven Stamkos point, both minus 130. If you wanted to go with the point prop for Stamkos, you could do that as well. But I like the goal prop. Nobody else really on any kind of goal streak. Eberle 3 of 5 plus 220. Stamkos power play point, back-to-back games plus 280, facing a very bad penalty kill. So don't be surprised if we see Stamkos score on the power play here in this one. Evangelista assist, back-to-back games plus 145. Forsberg assist, back-to-back games plus 135. And Nick Blankenberg for the Predators, back-to-back games with an assist plus 265 here in this game. Jump into the chat here. He called Nash yesterday. Yeah, they're doing really well. Stamkos, third period goal, plus 600. In the 14 games he has a goal, he scored a third period goal in 7 games. Do I have to wait till the third period? It's much, much nicer when it comes early on, but hey, if I have to wait, I gotta wait. Would prefer early on, but hey. Forsberg point, 11 of the last 12 games, 5 of the last 7 against the Kraken parlay piece. Yeah, you could look at any of those top 3. I think Forsberg Stamkos point parlay is a great look as well here for this game. But that's today's slate. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you all had, as I said, a great New Year's Eve. And make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. The show is growing every day. Not too far away from 1,500 subscribers. So excited for that. And that is today's show. Taking a look at tomorrow. Tomorrow, there is 4 games. Tomorrow there's 4 games. So Seattle, Vancouver do play tomorrow. Okay, so Seattle will be on the second night of a back-to-back tomorrow. That'll be interesting. 4 games, including the Winter Classic tomorrow. So tomorrow's show will be sometime, obviously, tomorrow. The first game is at 3 between Vegas and St. Louis. So might do the show at normal time. Might do it a little bit earlier like today. Stay tuned. Stay tuned for tomorrow. But we'll go back to the chat here. Let's see. Yesterday was the first game Stamkos scored a goal in the first period this season. Yeah, I saw you post that. I'd like him to do it back-to-back. That's fine with me. Stamkos' power play point looks better than an anytime goal with this horrible Kraken penalty kill. Yeah, it's not a bad look at all. I would look at it as well. But that's today's show. Best luck to everyone tonight, and we'll see you guys back tomorrow for another episode of Picks on Net, NHL Picks and Stats. Thanks for watching, guys.